Hey Rain, Idea Man, come here. So we've got Tip Tuesday. So last year we posted I think 87 videos total. That's 1.5 times per week. This year we definitely want to do more than that, at minimum of 2 per week. We've got to add one more thing to the common easy video posting repertoire. Shipments of the week, where we look at the table because it's always got random stuff on it. We say this one's going to Colorado, and it is an E36 M3 kit, and then I just start talking about the geometry, the on-car adjustable caster things, the offsets to the brake tabs, that's what makes it unique, and you just start going into detail on stuff. And then you're like, I designed this way because I wanted the adjustment to be easy, so I put it at the wheel side of the car, and you start saying things like this, and it's going to be 10 minutes of just the most random stuff. This is a grip kit for a 350. I know he bought it for his friend for his birthday. I know that because I know James. But what do you think that should be called? Shipments of the week, or would anyone watch that? Well, you watch stuff, so would you watch it?
Everything. I watch people.
If your favorite.
I don't even play golf.
Okay, so you're watching anything. Do you like the name? Because I'm going to say the name right at the beginning, and whatever we decide based on you is what it is forever. So, no pressure.
Farm to table.
Hey everyone, welcome to Shipment of the Week, where we show you everything that goes from this table to our customer's door. I'm going to tell you where the products are going and what makes these products special. I'm also going to tell you why I designed them a certain way and all of their special features that we include on these kits. We're going to start with the E36 M3 kit sitting in front of me. This particular kit is going to my friend James Ford in Colorado. I'm going to show you how I designed the kit, what the thought process behind it was, and what makes this kit so special. Ultimately, I'm not trying to sell you, but we are going to talk about all these benefits. So the thought process behind the lower control arm was to have a high clearance control arm that has a lot of rigidity, stiffness. It needed to have good articulation for suspension travel. So we designed this high strength alloy steel stud that goes through a uniball, and then it matches the angle that's on the subframe so that we get good amount of articulation up and down. We also use a uniball on the outer bearing, and this arm is not camber adjustable. You can adjust your camber at the wheel with the coilover or at the top of your camber plate. In addition, something that is fairly new, we've been doing this for probably starting to the beginning of last year, so we've been doing this for about a year. These are on-car adjustable lollipops. We're working on developing these for basically OEM arms and any angle kit, but currently these fit our angle kit. And the way that they work is this sits on the chassis like so. I'm going to take these bolts out. Okay, so this sits on the chassis. Let's say this is your driver's side, left side control arm. You have a frame rail here, you have the subframe here, your wheels there. Essentially, I'm able to adjust my caster on the car. I'm going to flip this over to show you, using what we call a smooth adjuster. So if you were imagining this pivoting, you have that adjustment range on the car without unbolting anything. You can pick your spot. Let's say I need it there. I want 7 or 8 degrees of caster. I lock the jam nut. If I want to adjust it, I loosen the jam nut. I turn the smooth adjuster, and you can see how it now allows us to extend it. And then I go and lock it again. So I just gain caster without having to unbolt anything. In the knuckle side of things, we actually maintained factory non-M E36 geometry, and we added roll center. So this knuckle in particular is an M3 knuckle. You can see how the brake ears are kind of funky compared to our normal ones, but essentially we have what the general public felt was the best geometry, which was the non-M E36 knuckle. I agree, they do feel absolutely fantastic, and you can see how wonky it is. You've got your pickup point here, and then you've got your spindle here, and then you've got your coilover mount here. So everything is just completely out of line, but it really, when you look at it, play into it, and you can tell that it is going to have incredible self-alignment torque. Moving on from this, we've got our BMW Rear. This is also going to James. James placed a nice generous order with us. Let's talk about the rear control arms. So in designing these, I wanted a nice billet end shackle, which actually is pretty reasonable to machine in mass production. So I have made way more than I ever thought I would of these. and I know that I wanted the adjustment at the wheel. The arms that have the adjustment at the subframe is so difficult to access, and it is so far within the car because of how long these are, that I was like, there's no way I'm making the adjustment point here. So we have a jack screw at the end that you can thread, and it'll extend the control arms to the desired alignment specifications, upper and lower. Depending on if you're running a true style upper or not, that's gonna depend on if you order on-car adjustable upper control arms that we make. But in essence, we've been making these for just over 3 years, and we have sold hundreds of them with fantastic results in impacts and everything. So that's those. Moving on, again, James ordered something for his friend and also a friend of mine. This is the 350Z Rear Toe Gain Bracket. The thought process and design behind this was based off of the Corvette products that I was making, where I made toe gain or dynamic toe adjustment in the car. The 350s from factory toe out under compression, that's bad. So if you move this bolt anywhere lower than this position, it goes from no toe gain at all to slightly increasing toe, all the way down to it's gonna toe in a lot under compression. It's gonna give you a lot of bump steer in the rear. I actually just made a video on the benefits of that and the downsides to that in the last video. And then those include some nice lightweight toe arms that you attach to the subframe and then to our bracket. So they're a bit shorter, but they allow for that toe correction on the 350Z. And then finally, we've got some sway bars. There's nothing really special about these. Male and female, adjustable, allows you to run your blades at different angles and kind of install these on basically any setup. It's a universal thing. Right in front of the camera, we have the RB Power Monster. These are for our friend Lee. This is our E80, E90 Angle Kit. We did make some improvements, and the improvements include on-car adjustment at both points with the smooth adjusters, the same that I just showed you on the E36. The caster plates, those have just been perfected over time, so these are just doing their thing. And then on the knuckle adapter, we simply just angled these plates at a different orientation so that no matter what your ride height is, you're gonna have a good ball joint angle at all positions. The way that this actually sits on the car is quite out of character, quite out of line. Normally we can mount a plate and then paired with it, these plates usually can be pretty parallel, but in this case they can't be because of how the original knuckle is. But these are perfect, simulated, tested, tried and true. The kit is actually quite a bit lighter weight as well. Basically, the design thought process behind it was just improving something that already worked really well and making it the best that we can based on users' experience, my own experience, and making the best product for you guys. So that is shipments of the week. These shipments are going out to Colorado and Florida. Next week, we're probably gonna see some international shipments and some even cooler parts that I can go into on how they were designed. Because I've designed everything basically up until this point, and the introduction to our new engineers has allowed us to now develop new products, we will finally start to see some things that were probably developed with my help involved, of course, but as a team and outside of me. So this is going to be a really great progression for the company. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week.